October the 22nd, 2012, at approximately 2 a.m., Jesse and Christy Peterson testified they were awakened by a loud noise. Two suspects entered their bedroom and ordered them to the ground while they stole items from the house. According to the Petersons, the suspects wore white masks and dark gloves, and one of them wore a distinctive leather jacket. A third suspect stood outside the bedroom and wore an orange mask. One of the suspects used a weapon, and another one used another weapon to threaten the Petersons. The third suspect was also armed with a weapon. Let's get into Prison Brides, shall we? Friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to talk about Prison Brides, episode 2. Okay, now some of you in my last video, episode 1, y'all put in the comments, you know, I never heard of this show. What is this show is on? What channel is this show on? What time? Even though I said it in the video. Okay, I also made a video about said show on news. You can use, I'll put that here, okay? Or somewhere, all right? Prison Brides, come on Wednesday nights, 9:30 on Lifetime, okay? Episode 2. We just getting to know these people, and I get to Andrea in a minute. But let's start off with Aaron and Michael, okay? And someone said in the comments, it's always a Michael on these shows, ain't it? It's always a Michael, child. And they always a hot mess. So Michael, he's finally out of prison in Ohio. Aaron that came from Australia to be with the man of her dreams. She left her child to have a life with this man. So he gets out, huggy huggy, kissy kissy. You know, his brother is there, and Michael is, you know, emotional. He's crying because he's out of prison, and his mother, while he was incarcerated, passed away. So he's feeling guilt because he was not there for her when she passed. So he's upset by that. And of course, you know, Aaron, oh my God, you know, I just feel bad for him, and this is so sad. It is, okay? Losing a parent, especially a parent that you love, you know, is a horrible, horrible thing. And to be in prison while said parent is going through whatever they're going through is just, you know, it is sad and it's awful. So as we know, Aaron received a gift bag from her homegirl and said, don't open this until you two are together or at a hotel or wherever, okay? So you need to open it together. So Aaron and Michael are driving and talking, and he looks a little flustered and sweaty himself. Maybe he was hot, I don't know. So they go to a botanical gardens, okay? But before that, she called her mom and was like, hey mom, look who it is. And so her mom was like, oh, hey, how are you? You're very attractive. And I'm like, y'all think Michael's attractive? She was like, he's good looking. And I'm like, Sass, do y'all think Michael good looking? I mean, hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay? I was like, give him a tissue because he is sweating. It might have been hot. And listen, I can say that because, see, I have sweat issues, okay? So here is Michael, of course, saying it's so great to hear from you. I see where Erin gets her beauty from. You're beautiful, and all that. So they get to the botanicals garden. They pull out the little gift bag, and there's a box, and this whole time she's thinking that it's a candle and it's a ring. Okay, he gets down on one knee, he proposes, she says yes. Just like that. Okay, she says that he is the one. Now, like I said in the previous videos, okay, all right, I ran through everything that has happened between Erin and Michael. According to Starcasm, I'll leave the link down below, okay? Here recently, back in December, I do believe, Michael got involved with a DV case, okay? It did not say who the female was, but allegedly it was Erin. Okay, he tried to swing, he missed. Okay, then there was some type of car chase. It was a woman being dragged from the vehicle, and he is, as of this moment, I do believe he is incarcerated. Again, read the article in Starcasm. Erin, please, I hope you didn't marry this man. Please go back to Australia to be with your child, because again, allegedly, you were the one just last month that Michael tried to swing on. I told y'all in the last video, episode 1, that he was an a-hole. Just the way he was talking to her. Okay, so we shall see where this goes, child. Next couple, I ain't gonna keep y'all. Okay, Savea and Joseph. It's time for Joseph to get out. All right, Savea is there, and where they at? They are in Detroit, I do believe. Okay, it's time for him to get out, and her plan is not to stay in the United States. The plan is for him to finish his parole and to move to Germany. She was like, I ain't gonna be staying in no United States, okay? That's not what I'm gonna do. See, the plan is for him to move with me, okay? That's what the plan is. So Joseph is getting out the next day. Of course, she's excited, but they need somewhere to stay. So they go into his cousin's house. Now, Joseph is going to stay with his cousin for 3 months, and while Savea's there, of course, she also is going to stay with said cousin. Now, the cousin has a basement in his home, and Savea, girl, you wasn't too pleased with that arrangement? Honey, Savea looked at that basement and was like, now, I don't know about all this. Is where we staying? Is this where there's no bed. Where am I supposed to put my stuff? What is on this shelf? Honey, Savea, listen, okay? You are involved with a man who has been in prison for 11 years. Where did you think you was going to stay? Huh? At the Biltmore? Did you think that you was going to stay at a high-rise apartment somewhere? No. You're going to stay in the basement of said cousin until Joseph gets over to Germany or whatever y'all do after the 3 months. Because, honey, I don't know what you thought. You lucky that Joseph has somewhere to put his head. So what she gonna do is get a hotel room for a couple of days until the basement gets finished. I guess she needs her some, they need a bed and dresser, and I thought I seen a dress. So, anyway, she's talking to Joseph, and she's excited, and he's excited, and he can't wait to blow that back out in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the hallway, child. That's Surveyor and Joseph. Why did they bring them? Where's the other participants? Okay, we done heard enough about Aaron. We done heard enough about Surveyor. We need the other participants to participate. So last and certainly least, I told y'all this ain't gonna take long. We have the crew of La Creme. Cage and Andrea. Now, I read a piece of an article by Starcasm. And Starcasm talks about Cage's crime and arrest, and that was part of it. Of course, I will leave a link in the description of the article on Starcasm. Let me tell you some background about Cage. Cage was 16 years old. Him and some homeboys thought it was a good idea to go into these people's homes with weapons. Home invasion / robbery. Okay, 16. Now, Cage had been in trouble before this. He had been in and out of juvenile detentions. He has also been VIO, finished arrest. At school, there was some fights, and he had butted, I think, like a teacher or an administrator. I mean, Cage has issues. Again, he was 16 years old. But again, this was a home invasion with weapons and robbery. So, when it's time for his court trial, they tried him as an adult. Cage got 50 years for this. He went into prison at 17. And he is now, I believe, 27. He has already done 10 years. Okay? Keep that in mind. He's already done 10 years. Y'all see how hard his face look? Hard face, hard life. 10 years in prison. He went in at 17. I just cannot imagine that. And next time he is up for parole is 13 years from now. All of his 20s in prison. All of his 30s in prison. So he may get out when he's 40. If he gets out on parole. That's if. If not, he's gonna stay in there. And he will get out when he's 67 years old. I just cannot imagine. But you know who can imagine it? Andrea. Andrea. Seems like she seems okay. She got a little, head on her shoulders if you see it on paper. Okay? Andrea, let me get her age right. Andrea is 25 years old. Live in London, and she thought it was a good idea to go on the website called Write a Prisoner. I still don't understand this, y'all. I will never understand what goes through your mind when you feel the need to be a pen pal to a prisoner. I don't understand. There's so many dating sites, but you choose to write or get involved with someone who is incarcerated. And not only that, this person's incarcerated in another country. And not only that, he's in there for 50 years. That's a lot. Met Cage and it was over, y'all. She immediately was smitten. She immediately wanted to be with him, okay? They have seen each other in person, all right? They done had, in-person conversations, all right? And she said, this is the man that I want to marry. She wants to marry this man. I think they have been in a relationship 2 to 3 years that this has been, going on. So she was like, 22, 23 years old. He was like 23, 24 when, they were partaking in this relationship. And she's ready to risk it all. She's ready to go on to Texas and do whatever she needs to do until this man gets out of prison when he's 67 or 40. She's willing to give up, the family for right now, children, her family, her friends, for a man who is in prison for this long. Well, of course, we all know how her family feels about it. Okay. But one thing about Andrea's family, they're very supportive, wasn't they? I mean, they were like, hey, as long as she's happy. And I'm thinking to myself, no. I know you're the parents, but I would be rattled. A legitimate question to my sisters. Whom are parents? Okay, I really want to know how you feel about this. Comment of the day. Put down below. You are a parent of a male or a female, and they come to you and say, Mom, Dad, okay, I'm in a relationship with an inmate. And you're like, oh God, what? But not only that, they're not going to get out, in 50 years. They're in there for armed robbery or whatever, okay? And I'm going to marry him. Please put down below what would be your first instinct, or how would you even approach this? How would you talk to your child about this? Because, honey, again, I will be rattled. It would tear me up, okay? Because I would be so worried that not only is my child will probably get hurt. I mean, 50 years? So you're going to give up your whole life for a man that is going to be in his 60s when he gets out? What type of life is that going to be? You're not going to have children. Okay, I'm not going to have grandchildren. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts. So, of course, her mom and dad is upset. They are visibly upset. The dad done started crying. The mother just looks so flabbergasted and flustered, But again, they want to support their daughter. Okay, Cage done called and, they're talking to him. And Cage is like, don't worry. I'm going to take care of her. How? Cage, I really want to know, how are you going to take care of her? You mean emotionally? Spiritually? How are you going to take care of her? I mean, the way Cage was talking, he was talking like he was, out. Like he was out in this world, like he's going to get out next week. And then again, the father is crying. Okay, because the father knows, the mother knows that this just, how is this going to work? And so then she's talking to her homegirls, and the homegirls is like, huh? How are you going to be physical with this man? I mean, you're marrying this man, but where's the physicality? Okay? what is happening here? So she's wearing and she's trying on wedding dresses, and you know, she's excited, and she says she's always dreamed of this big fancy, you know, wedding. But hey, she met Cage, and honey, no, ain't gonna be none of that. So then we get a phone call from the wedding planner, and the wedding planner said, well, you might as well go ahead and take that wedding dress off, because I got some news for you. There ain't gonna be no wedding, honey. Because, see, they cutting the whole shine over there in Texas prison system. Honey, they done shut down the prison where Cage is at. Apparently there's, you know, contraband being brought in. There is VIO. Y'all finish the rest. There's inmates fighting. It's just a whole bunch of mess going on. So the warden said no one is coming in for their safety and for our officer safety. So this little wedding ain't happening at this time. So of course Andrea is upset about that. And that's it, y'all. That's it for the episode. It's only an hour episode. It goes by real fast. And yeah. Y'all check it out. Thank you for the love y'all shown me on the last episode. Thank you for the love y'all shown me on Life After Lockup. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family, and you all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.